Right, I have to say, this has been one complete and utter joke. In fact, a mammoth joke, if you could call it that. Because obviously we had the big fiasco with the fan survey back in February, which we did do a tour on, but had to scrap it when the next day after we put it post-production, the story changed and moved quickly. So, and we didn't get time to redo it again before the big reveal. So, let's just summarise that before. So, back in February, the Utah HC entered the final stages of the naming process, where they were going to do this big fan survey at games. They put 3 options forward, but one of them was so bad, they changed it, and for the remaining couple of games, that they replaced it with a new option, which then went up heavily over 2. Then, a few weeks ago, the Utah changed its handle to Utah Mammoth. And that's when we all thought, right, we've all cracked it, we've all worked it out. You're going to be called Mammoth, right? So you're the Mammoth, right? You're going to be Mammoth? It's Mammoth? You've never been Mammoth now, are you? You're calling yourself Mammoth, are you? It's going to be Mammoth, right? Yeah? Mammoth? Definitely Mammoth? Anyway. A few weeks ago, after that, we finally did get the big reveal. It wasn't really all song and dance, was it? No bells on it. It's like, oh yeah, this is our press conference to do our big name reveal. Look, Guy Bettman's here. Hi, Gary. See you on the back afterwards, maybe? It's clearly right, and it's clearly Gary Bettman's bilge. So, it's pretty, I'll just bend over, do whatever you like, Gary. Speaking of which, get a fucking suit! Honestly. Okay, get a fucking suit, Ryan. If you're going to do these press conferences, get a suit and tie. Honestly. Okay? Or, actually, wear the goddamn apparel. Okay? Act like you actually are interested in this. Okay? And it's not just a way to make an easy, quick cash injection. Anyway, yeah, so we do now know that Utah HC from next season will be known as the Utah Mammoth, which I just think sounds just stupid. I mean, why could it not have been Outlaws? I thought Outlaws was a really great option. Plus, I could spend years and years joking how you stole the coyotes from Arizona. I can still carry that pun, but you've not got the name to go with it. And also, why not better? There were some better names in there, like Venom. Or Swarm, given how you're supposed to be the beehive state. You know? Instead, we've gone for Mammoth. Now, of course, when anyone thinks of Mammoth, they immediately think of the guy from Ice Age. Yeah? Yeah? In fact, I might put him on the screen for you. I've never seen Ice Age, but I am familiar with it. So I'm just going to look up the character's name for you guys. Just in case we've got any Ice Age fans watching. Okay. Let me Google it. So, I need to Google what's the Mammoth from Ice Age called? It's called Manfred. So it's called Manfred. The Mammoth from Ice is called Manfred. Who calls their kid Manfred these days? Now, Ice Age is very, very old. I think it was the early noughties. In fact, I'll just look it up for you guys. The first Ice Age film came out back in was it around the same time as Shrek? Or was Shrek older than that? Got Shrek 5 coming next year. next Christmas. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, 2002! 2002! Wow, okay. So, I think it's been around for a very long time. Boys and girls, a very long time since we've had... What was it again? Manfred? Was it called? Was it called Manfred? There you go, so 2002. So I think that was the same as Shrek. Anyway, it has been a long-running franchise. I think it's done at least 5 films, and there might be another one in the works, maybe. They've done at least 5. Yeah, but that's what anybody's going to think when they hear Mammoth these days, and that is, of course, the Mammoth from... I stole the film, I said. Yeah. Do you know what the logo reminds me of? And this is going to really show my age. It reminds me of one of the Wild Swords from Power Rangers Wild Force. Yep, that shows my age. That shows my age. But when I saw the logo, it just reminds me of the Elephant Sword from that series of Power Rangers. It really did. It really did. Cause it does look more like an elephant than a mammoth. I mean, with the whole, okay. Can I just say, I'm not a fan of this so-called tagline you've got of tusks up. I think that sounds rude. I think that sounds... Is it a euphemism? Is it a euphemism? Because I think that sounds sexual. That sounds dirty. Don't like that. I think it sounds filthy. Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of that. Tusks up is their tagline. Oh, don't tell me next season we're going to have hashtag Tusks up. Well, Twitter is full of filth these days, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Muskie lets that one slide. But, yeah, I'm just not for this. I just think better options were available, and you've gone for that. And I just think, really? Really? And you know what? It actually makes me think Utah HC was a better branding than this. That's, boys and girls, is when you know that you have fucked up so bad that your temporary branding is better than the original. Except the problem is that Utah never really did utilise that branding, because they didn't put it up. Because they didn't put the round logo on the jerseys. They didn't even put it on centre ice, and yet we all had to use it for our box scores and everything. So it's like, what was the point of creating that, Utah, when you had no intention to use it whatsoever? You should have done what the PHL did in last year. Just have the NHL shield and then put Utah underneath, and then we won't bother you too much if you don't have a proper branding for now. But yeah, but Utah honestly last summer created a lot of good temporary branding, which could have worked for jerseys, but they didn't. They decided to go for the PWHL route, which is go diagonal lettering of your state. No. And the colour scheme from this season is going to be sticking around, which I hate it. That is so bland. Everything about this brand, to me, it just screams bland. It is so bland. It's like, what even are those colours? To me, it just looks like you've gone for like black and white, and it's not really colour to it, you know? You had this mountain blue on the Roundel logo, and you've not utilised that, you know? I feel we've had a missed opportunity for another exclusive, unique colour scheme to enter the NHL. I think it is a missed huge opportunity here. You know, not even to have a third jersey. You know, I mean, because you've got the options there for a third jersey. You have with the Mountain Blue. If you're not gonna use it, for the primary jerseys, then come with a third jersey for that. You know. But no, we are stuck with this. We are stuck with this bland design. And you're not going to believe it, boys and girls, but they are going down the Carolina Hurricanes strategy, which is to have one jersey have one logo on and one jersey has something different on. Why? Because I generally thought those Utah jerseys this year were going to be temporary. They'll be gone whilst the thread is in place. Oh, no. How wrong was I? The road jerseys from this year are staying! They are staying. Why? Okay? What is the point of designing a team logo? Right? What is the point of doing that? Okay? What is the point of designing a team logo if you are not then going to utilise it on all of your jerseys? If you're not going to do that, what is the point of you coming up with a logo at all? Okay? So, now, Utah's logo to me looks very dull, bland. It's hardly any colour, it's all grey. It's pretty much all grayscale. Now, a lot of the boys and girls watching at home aren't going to know what that is. Google it. You'll learn something. Just Google it. But the logo just looks like it's all been done in grayscale. So there's no colour to it. It's got no life to it. How are you supposed to utilise that in a branding or in a marketing campaign? There's no substance to it. It's just dull, bland, dull and boring. Okay? And yet, they've managed to create some really good other alternative logos that work, like the U with the tusk. That would have been a lot better as a center logo than what it's probably going to be just put on the shoulders here. You know, I do like that U. I think that's a really good logo. It's a U. It's got a tusk through it. I think that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I think that should have been used more. That should be what maybe colours the third jersey. Maybe the third jersey should have been Mountain Blue. And you put that U logo. Slap back a minute. Like how I see here on the Barracudas Ice jersey, you've got SJ. That's what Utah should have done. Just take that U logo, bang in the centre, done. And I think that would be utilised a lot better. Yeah, I really hate it, and the fact we weren't given any sort of like grand event that this was coming. It was just done as a press conference. I think that shows how little thought's gone into this, because you only get one opportunity to, you know, make a first impression and reveal your branding to the world. If this is how you're going to do it, then, to me, does that show you care about your product? Does that show that you care about this as much as your fan base is supposed to care about this? Because, like, if you don't care, then are we expected to care? If you get what I mean? You know, so if you're not caring about your product, then why should I care about your product? Now, of course, obviously, I am not a Utah Mammoth supporter. Okay? But you are in my conference. I have to see these guys 3 times a year. And I've got to look at that ugly mug. It's just not right. It's just not right. It's just not good enough for me. That is not a good enough jersey. It's really not. So, yeah. So, epic fail. If I was to grade this